rocking out with the Talk of the Shy.
Talk of the Shy.
Popping it up with Talk of the Shy.
And we're live today with Talk of the Shy with Quana Don.
You on Talk of the Shy right now. Tune in with my boy Quana Don.
Here, Talk of the Shy, Quana Don.
On Talk of the Shy with my boy Quana Don.
Homie Quana Don, Talk of the Shy.
Quana Don, I was live on Talk of the Shy.
I was on Talk of the Shy with Quana Don. Talk of the Shy right here. You feel me? Get into him. Don't miss out, I swear. It's busting, shorty, on game.
We're just on Talk of the Shy with my boy Quana Don.
And I'm here at Talk of the Shy with my boy Quana Don.
Hey, y'all tuned in, man. I was just on Talk of the Shy with your boy Quana Don, man.
And I was just live on the Talk of the Shy with my boy, the Quana Don.
With Quana Don at Talk of the Shy Radio. You see it, you know what I'm saying?
Yo, it's your boy Floyd. I'm live on Talk of the Shy Radio with my boy Quana Don. Y'all make sure y'all stay.
Brand new!
Yeah, y'all already know what's going on. It's your boy Quana Don, back in here to Talk the Shy. As y'all can see, we got an exclusive going on today, you feel me, here at Chicago Culture.
Y'all already know it's Quana Don. I'm in the building. Y'all ever seen the shorty so bad? I'm like, man, it gotta be shorty birthday or something. How she looking at this joint, man? I'm like, whew. I gotta go check it out, see what's today, man. I'm staring too hard.
Go.
Go shorty, better act like it's your birthday. You could turn up on them even if it's Thursday. Go shorty, better act like it's your birthday. Yeah, I'm looking, you could get it in the worst way. How you wanna act like it's your birthday? The way you looking, making everybody thirsty.
Got my main man in the building. Gonna let him know who in the building.
Hey, how y'all doing, man? It's Darrion down with the Talk of the Shy. You know how we doing it today, man. Going crazy.
You did. You feel me? So what's going in, man? Like I said, special edition. So we're gonna bring it to y'all. Too real, too awesome. Y'all already know what's going on. So we're gonna get straight to the nitty gritty. You feel me? Chicago's on in the building. You feel me? Now, I gotta give you props because you're the first R&B artist on the show.
Oh God,
you feel me? It's all, hey, it's tough finding them R&B acts, man. It's really not, but y'all few and far between because everybody rapping now, everybody can sing. So in that retrospect, so you know, you said I know we talked earlier. You said you've been singing and recording music since you were 16. Just what kind of got you started with that, like you know?
I started singing when I was 4 in the choir with my grandmother. When I was 11 years old, I got taken to the studio for the first time with my father. It was a real nice studio. And we didn't have a beat or anything, you know, we was just going in there to just, you know, work. We was going in there to create. So, you know, we had a melody in our head already, so we was gonna record and then make a beat over. So, pretty much what happened was they took me in the studio, I'm 11 years old, I'm singing. And I froze up, I started stuttering over my words. And pretty much the engineer just told me I wasn't ready. You know what I'm saying? I guess he just didn't want to take on the project. He had a lot of stuff going on. But he pretty much told me I wasn't ready. He told me I wasn't ready for, you know, recording right now. He said he pretty much told me to come back to the drawing board, you know what I'm saying? So that's kind of how I got into like recording myself. You know what I'm saying? I started recording myself. My first song was recorded by me. So that's how I got into music. Like I really was like into, you know, making happen what I wanted to happen at the time because it was like it was a dream. You know, people pushed me to do that. You know what I'm saying? They was like, you're going to be a singer one day, and I didn't even know I was going to be a singer one day because I wanted to act and I wanted to be in plays and stuff like that. That's what I wanted to do.
So do you still pursue acting?
Yeah, I do acting now, man. I've been in Empire. I just recently had an episode with Jerry Springer.
I want to ask what you did on Jerry Springer, but I already know how that goes. I'm just gonna be trying to catch that.
But it's nice, man. I still do my little skits. I do skits with people, you know. Cool. You know, anything that I can keep myself in, like to having that old fan base, because that's how I grew my fan base off of acting, and, you know, Vine you know, the funny videos and stuff like that. I grew myself.
Facts. So what I find interesting about, you know, most of the artists that we have here is everybody has their own flavor that they bring with their music or with their style. You know, what do you think that you have in your music that sets yours apart from the next person?
I'm gonna be honest with you. Now that I'm starting to hear more R&B artists, like this year, like now I'm starting to hear a lot of people. I think what sets me apart is that I'm not really a part of the new wave. You know what I'm saying? I don't follow that wave, that auto-tune wave. You know what I'm saying? It's not like I make songs like that, but most of my music is kind of like neo soul. You know what I'm saying? I still kind of follow in that genre because I love the way that music sounds. You know what I'm saying? And there's more artists coming out now that I'm starting to appreciate for that type of music, like Daniel Caesar. You know what I'm saying? Like her. You know, these are people that have like that natural neo soul voice that's coming out in the younger generation. So that's why I feel like I'm a part of it.
It is coming back. I can't agree with you there because before we was missing it. It was a lot of we know we've been listening to the music. We know right. So we have been missing that. So it's good to see those artists come out and find their own lane as well. So we're looking to take on that path and multitask. I always like to talk about the things that we do a lot so that people can truly understand the process, because it is a process. It never happens just right away. It's work that you put in over years that you know amounts to where you at or where you become. Right. So my theory in that is I always like to say you get out what you put in. So if you don't put in the work, then you ain't gonna get nothing out of it. You can't just hop out there and think that it's just gonna work. We all thought that. And then it didn't happen. Right. But we still here, we working, so I just like to put that out there. So which side do you think you're gonna teeter towards more when you do start to get to the place that you would like to be?
You mean as in hip hop or R&B?
No, I mean as far as music or acting.
Oh, I feel as though that now music is kind of important, so I feel like you know, music is going to be really what I push for. You know what I'm saying? But as I start to gain my fan base and more money, I'll be able to fund my own, you know, like, you know, movies and TV shows. That's what I'm looking for. That's the goal, because you know I'm looking at it like how Master P did it. You know what I'm saying? Right. How Ice Cube did it. These are moguls that I look up to that makes me say, okay, they did it. They left a name and an imprint in the industry. Okay, I can do it. And I'm the new school. I'm what's new. I'm something that nobody else is trying to pursue right now. No one from Chicago is a mogul that is owning their own label, making music, and then now they're stepping off into movies. You haven't seen it yet.
Right. So indeed. True that.
I know you're gonna dig this.
Check, what? Peachy, what's up, Jay? Jay, what's up? Fancy, what's up? Corey, what's up?
And we're back.
Yeah.
Back to you, Bobby.
That part. We have to take a pause real quick, man. We is really in the store. They have to make a sale real quick, you feel me? So, you know what I mean? But back to the topic that was at hand. Now I'm stuttering over my words, man. Got me fucked up. Oh shit. No, but I'm all about building, and you know, I like unity within the city. I feel like this Chicago is getting to a place where it's more unity going on between the people that that are here, that are in the places where we need them to be. With that being said, how do you feel about the music scene here in Chicago as an artist?
I feel like it's favoritism.
Okay.
There's a lot of favoritism in Chicago right now. All the way down to the DJs, all the way down to the marketing. But at the same time, it's hard work. You know what I'm saying? It's all hard work. Like, I don't look to anybody to put me on. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like as a mogul, as someone that is a positive influence to Chicago, I feel as though more people would want to be like, okay, let's push this young man to the next level, because it's like you need a village to push one individual. You know what I'm saying? You need a village to push us. So it's like we talked earlier, and the issue is that there's not enough money in the independent role unless you're taking out loans. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I feel like it's a lot of favoritism. Because there's a lot of artists that I know personally that got the right people behind them. You know what I'm saying? So it might be hood politics, street politics. The gangs. Because a lot of the artists that's out right now, they got their people pushing them. You know what I'm saying? So it's dope to have that. But when you're independent, you're doing everything right, and you're not stealing from nobody. Like,
you gotta have a good team around you. That's always what it takes, man. The support of others. Everybody needs somebody, so that's how I look at that. We all need help. We all need to support one another, because that's how we go to the next level. Nobody that got to that level got there by themselves, so they lying. You know what I'm saying? You can say that self-made, but somebody helped you somewhere. Gave you some gas, you slept in y'all know how it be, man. Be tough out here when you on that grind. So I done went somewhere with $30 in my pocket and spent the 30 and was stuck. But I was there. You feel me? But nonetheless, though.
Definitely gotta take those risks, man.
You definitely do, man. I'm a risk taker. I'm sorry, I can't help myself, man. I always feel like you have to get in the moment, because opportunity don't wait. You know what I'm saying? Opportunity passes everybody by every day, and it's when you're there at the right time, right place at the right time. That's when you get stuff. I feel like from experience, like a lot of times it's just been I had the time to go when I went, and just because I was there, I was able to make the connections that I made. So had I not made the initiative effort to get out of there, I probably wouldn't even got there. Right. Or been in this space that I'm in even right now today, doing radio and doing podcasts and everything else that I'm into as well. So just thinking about that. But on the music side, what's the latest EP you got right now?
I have a tape called Love Darrion Again. It's the next addition to Love Darrion. I'm gonna keep it going. Because it's just an idea I have. I have a lot of series of tapes and music, and what I'm doing. But right now, if you want to listen to the tracks, music, anything that's fresh, it's the Love Darrion or Love Darrion Again. Like, it's crazy.
Okay, that's what's up. All right, so why don't you introduce us to one of the videos of?
Oh, okay, bet. One of my music videos that I recently dropped on maybe Highest of the High. That's probably like the most recent one that I shot that was like, off the album. And the song was pretty much like meditation music. I made that for people like me because like I like to listen to certain tones, and when certain tones hit your ear, it's like relaxing. You know what I'm saying? So I mastered that. And it's crazy because without even knowing that I was doing it, like I realized like the song wasn't done. I'm like, the song not done. I don't want to drop it like this. But when I played it for somebody, they was like, it sounds like meditation music. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just meditation music. And I just said the same thing over and over and over again. I put that out for those type of people. Nice music video. Got like 10,000 views or something like that. Facts. I just put stuff out, you know what I'm saying? Not really knowing what it's going to do. I got a nice little following and they still been pushing me, so I'm trying to hit that next 100,000 video, you know.
Facts. That's what it's about, man. You gotta keep just working, keep grinding, keep marketing.
Exactly.
That's what it's at. Put that marketing behind it, man, so they can actually see it and see that it's dope and can enjoy it. And that's a different variety, something that people are not used to. I myself, I love meditation music, so
right.
I listen to it every night before I go to sleep. Right. So and in the morning sometimes, just depending on how I woke up or whatever. But I meditate quite often as well, so I'm definitely I know that's gonna be what I'll probably enjoy as well.
Oh yeah.
What's your name of it again?
Highest of the High.
Highest of the High. All right, so we're gonna check out that Highest of the High right here on Talking the Shot, man. Keep it locked with us right here. Alright, welcome back in here to Top of the Shot, man. You got the Dons in the motherfucking building. Y'all know what's the fuck going on, man. It's an exclusive, man. We here at Chicago Culture, man. It's going down, man. So we got Quan and Don in the motherfucking building, man.
Darrion and Don, y'all know how we come from.
Yeah, did. We balling out of control, man. So y'all just saw that Highest of the High. Definitely dope experience, man. I'm loving that. So, like, how do you come up with your concepts for your music? Like, what gets you in your zone to come up with something that you do?
Most of the times, like, it really starts with the beat. You know, if I'm not in the booth or I'm not in the studio with Bucks, you know, it's just me just sitting there, bro. I gotta make some type of tune to my head, you know. So, you know, I start with the beat, you know, a nice little melody, and then before the beat even done, I'm already knowing what I want to sing on the chorus and damn near halfway on the verse, you know what I'm saying? So it's really a lot of freestyling to it, a lot of freestyling, and then just saying the same thing over and over and over again until it like sticks, until it sounds good. You know, that's kind of like how like the concept of the song happens.
Facts. So it's a process into another process. You know what I'm saying? It's delivery.
Right. But it's so we practice it so much. It's become a normal thing now. So we make the beat, we listening to the beat while the beat being made, and then you know we got somebody else coming in, or it's either me. It's really just me. You know what I'm saying? Me and Bucks. And I'm just literally just singing something, and then Buzz be like, "No, I'm singing like this. Like that sounds good. That sounds singing like this.
That's what you need when somebody tell you how to. You feel me? They got that ear for it. Not a lot of people got that ear for it. Some engineers and producers let you just come in, whatever you record, they just, here you go.
Right.
You know,
a lot of engineers is definitely taking people for their money.
Facts, but I know some that be like, no, don't do that like that. Say it like this, so that when you come off it's like this. So I always like those type of producers. Man, shout out to Homie Gatto, man. You a dog. That's who got me with that ill, man. But so what's 2020 looking like for you? What you looking forward to for the new year?
Man, I already got people booking me for 2020. Man, I got people in LA booking me. I got a show with YBN the Mirror, YBN Corday, and YBN Almighty. So that's in Cali coming up. Man, it's a lot of stuff going on, man. I got my own TV show coming out called Chillin' Noise. It's a part of my brand.
Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, Chillinois is first off, Chillinois is a sister brand from Chillinois Records. That's my label. Chillinois is the brand, and the TV show is pretty much like the Buford series. You know, if you ever heard of the Buford series, it's from a black author that wrote stories on, you know, like situations in the hood, you know what I'm saying? And it's just touching on a lot of different like aspects of just coming from the hood and dealing with certain situations. So that's kind of what I want to do with Chillinois. Chillinois is going to be a YouTube series and eventually a Netflix series that, you know, we're just going to touch on every episode being different. You know what I'm saying? It's not a follow, it's not something that you can follow. You know what I'm saying? It's not like a power. It's not like a empire, but it's like every episode will be different. Every episode will be different characters. Every episode you'll have a different name. You know what I'm saying? And we're touching on certain subjects like rape, racism, you know, being poor, struggling, you know, anything that you can relate to if you're from, you know, like the trenches. Not just for Chicago, but it's based in Chicago. You know what I'm saying? Anything that a normal, you know, neighborhood would go through a deal with. Facts. So that's what
that sounds dope in the motherfucker, man. Definitely can't wait to put that one together. I'll let her check that out. If you need somebody to play a couple episodes, Facts though, put it together anytime. Just make sure you holler at your boy. But
no, we definitely looking like I want it to be big, so I know it's gonna be big. I want to start putting like you know, Chicago artists in it, you know, all the way down to all the gang members. You know what I'm saying? I want everybody to have their own episode. I don't want no favoritism. It ain't nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? I just want everybody to share this piece with me because it is Chicago. You know what I'm saying? This is Chicago. We know what Chicago is, you know what I'm saying? We know all the gangs that come with Chicago. We know all the different ethnicities that come with Chicago in certain neighborhoods. So I hope that everybody catch winds of it and it becomes amazing, and it will become amazing because I have that faith in myself and in my industry.
Facts, that's what's up. And I definitely can feel it, man. We send it up. So, what do you think is your best part of performing?
My favorite part of performing is when I first get on and everybody think I'm finna rap and I just bust out singing. And then you see everybody face in the crowd, they like, what? You know what I'm saying? I mean, most of the time now, like now that I've been doing this a lot and just getting myself out there, people like, oh, that's Darrion down, he finna sing, you know what I'm saying? But the people that don't know me or the people that don't know about me, like sometimes even the people that's running the event, they don't even know that I'm finna sing because of my image, you know what I'm saying? And we've talked, or my manager done talked to him, and they like, okay, we know Darrion Don coming, but we don't know how he look, we can't put a face to him. And then when I step out, it's like, oh, that's him. Oh, we didn't know he was ready to sing. You know, that must be Darrion because he don't only sing. That's when it comes to the event. You know? So that's how it is, bro. That's probably my favorite part of performing.
Is that strange to go to these events and it's all rap, you don't R&B?
No, man, because I've been doing this. I've been doing this for a while, bro. Like even when what's that club up there off of Sibley? What's that? Wait. Not Club O. It used to be next to Adriana's. That club that used to be next to Adriana's. Yeah, V Live. When V Live,
she said it like 5 times.
I didn't hear. But you know when V Live used to be up, and it was another like place that was there before V Live, and I used to perform there all the time. And every single time I used to perform, they'll either put me on dead first or dead last. And I had to listen to everybody trap music the whole night, bro. The whole night. And then sometimes, like, it was good. Sometimes I had good shows when they put me right in the middle where all the audiences was coming. And then the women out there and I sing and the ladies go crazy and everybody hating. And I gotta leave early because I don't know if niggas gonna be mad at me. You know what I'm saying? But it was fun though, because a lot of people know me like for instance, like Sha Blizz, you know,
shout out to Sha Blizz.
Shout out to Sha Blizz. Like he know me, like he been knowing me for a while too. And every other little event, he be there. He see me. He said, "You always somewhere, bro." You know what I'm saying? So when he see me, he know like I'm finna come do something crazy.
He is always somewhere.
You know, he is, man. He really is.
My boy be getting around. He be moving, man. Shout out to Sha Blizz, man. But Yeah, man, that just threw me out.
My bad. Yeah.
Oh, man, I had a little moment there, like, man, you know what? It's just great. I be having epiphanies, man. Sometimes that's just what happened to me there. Just it'd be amazing, just how your mutual friends or mutual people that you may know, you feel me, but you never even met these people. And then when you finally do meet them, it's just like, damn, you know what I'm saying? We could have been kicking.
Oh,
you know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
Oh, you know him? Oh, I know him too. Or, you know what I mean? Those type of things. So that was all. But man, excuse me, I almost died.
That's okay, man.
Yeah, man, I got some cough medicine or something over here, man. Choking on my spit, my mouth dry. Man, that's crazy. So what was your experience like here growing up in Chicago?
It was cool, bro. I was sheltered. I had a sheltered family, but I had a big family. I grew up on the west side off of Massasoit, which is M-Town. And we had to come in at the street lights, you know what I'm saying? But we was living with like 30 people in the house. You know what I'm saying? So we ain't never have to worry about the gangs and nothing like that. If somebody wanted to fight us, they was fighting the whole crib. The whole crib. It was all of us outside. Everybody went to the same school. Everybody went around the corner. If anybody got beat up, we was going back outside to go fight whoever it was. So I ain't never really had no troubles with the streets, man. But I grew up on the west side from like 6 to I want to say like 11 or 12, and then I moved to Mississippi with my father. He was in the Army, so we were stationed in a lot of places. But that's when he became a pastor in Mississippi, and then I lived there for like 2 or 3 years, and I came back to Chicago, and then I moved to Indiana. So I was still kind of here. I was still kind of close because I lived in Portage, which is like the suburbs of like Gary. You know what I'm saying? So we was still up the street. We still came to Chicago every weekend to get our haircut. And I feel like, to be honest with you, my life in Chicago just grew me. It made me the person that I am, and just being in other places made me the person that I am. You know what I'm saying? Because I had the knowledge of growing up in Chicago, so when I went to somewhere else, it was like, this is not nothing new.
This ain't nothing. Yeah. Facts. Yeah, I can attest to that as well.
That's how that goes, bro.
Was leaving here. I left right after high school. I was gone for 10 years. I came back. But I felt like I was prepared for a lot of stuff because I lived here. Just I was exposed to a lot of stuff early by living here. So when I left and I was finally on my own, some of the stuff was kind of like, oh, this ain't nothing. You know what I mean? It's worse than where I just came from. So this ain't nothing to deal with. I can deal with this. But I will tell you one thing. When I was living out there, right? It don't be nobody walking on the street at night. That's the scary. That shit was more scarier than walking anywhere here at night. You hear me? You gonna see somebody here. I don't give a fuck what time. It could be 3, 4. But it's gonna be motherfuckers arguing over there. Somebody laughing over here still. Motherfuckers still talking. Let's go to the liquor store. You gonna see something. I'm talking about, bro. It's nobody for miles. Like 3 cars past you. You just, and this could be on the main street down there. You feel me? Like that, to me, that was like nerve wracking. Like, I need to get the car ASAP because just walking out here.
Oh yeah, it's different. It's different when you live in the city. When you a city boy, you know what I'm saying? Because there's always people. Like you said, there's always people.
It is, man. And that in itself is just crazy. When I was just looking back at it, I'm like, man, I done, been outside late, seeing all type of shit happening. You know what I mean? And not be scared. But I'm out here walking and I'm by myself and I'm nervous. You would have thought I would have been more nervous in the other condition, you feel me? So I think that was why I was like mentally like, damn, what's wrong with me? What's up? Because I was really like freaked out. Like, why ain't nobody outside? Where are we?
Nobody hustling or nothing.
No, it ain't nothing going on. You missing every beat, everything closed early down there. It's just, but I made it work. The end of the day, you make it happen, Captain. All right, so long term, where's Darrion done?
Long term, I'm gonna have my label. I got 4 artists under my label right now. 4?
Okay, cool.
I signed 4 artists under my label. There's a lot of big things that's happening for me. So I feel like I'm looking at in 5 to 10 year increments. So in 10 years, I feel like I would be established, mobile. My label should be very successful. In 10 years, I want to have at least 20 artists on my label. You know, including boy groups, girl groups, you know what I'm saying, single artists, you know, duos, you know, whatever the case may be. I should have, in 10 years, in 5 years, I'll have my first Grammy, if not 2 years. In 10 years, I will be starring in my own movies, and I'll be having screenplays for people to pick up on. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I know people say how hard it is in Hollywood to get your screenplays off. Like people, like that's something I picked up when how to my trips to Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? Having screenplays is important. Like always having a screenplay on you, because you never know what person will invest their money into making your movie happen. You know what I'm saying? Or you never know who will come to you and buy your screenplay because your story is so amazing, or how your screenplay is. So people always say have your propositions ready. You know what I'm saying? Have a screenplay ready. That's why people in LA are so successful, because there's always an opportunity happening somewhere, and you never know who's going to have that type of money to be able to invest in you, because you can touch anybody. So that's something I picked up while I was in LA. So I feel like in the next 10 years I'll be a very established artist and actor, and I'll have my label ready, and maybe like 3 more kids.
So I'm noticing it's a big Chicago LA connection. A lot of people have, like, you're not the only artist. Like lately, like in the last like 4 or 5 months, a lot of the people have, and I just came from LA, or I just this with LA, that with LA. I had a meeting not too long ago, and like 5 of the people that came up and spoke and gave a a little synopsis of kind of who they are and what they do, said they just came back from LA. So I'm in this space of feeling like all of this happening for a reason. You know what I mean? Maybe it's something greater between this Chicago LA connection we got going.
Yeah, man. To be honest with you, man, Chicago is LA. LA is Chicago. You know what I'm saying? Like it's no different. It's just all the famous people live in LA. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna be honest with you, any major city is all the same thing. The only thing I would say is different in LA is it's moving faster out there, and the energy changes. Like your momentum can change. You know, whatever you're doing can change, and one day you could just not have anything. You have no momentum. You have no energy. That's how different it is out there, because everybody is making $1 million deals out there happen every single day, and if you're not a part of it, your energy get lost in a bunch of people that's just dreaming, and that's why they call it like that, like city of the dreams, like so the city of the dreams. You'll get your dreams lost out here. You see what I'm saying? So like that's the reason why I feel like I'm so much stronger. That's why people like rock with Chicagoans out in LA, because it's like we don't give a fuck about none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Us coming out to LA just made us bigger. That just made our network bigger, because we came out here to visit with you guys. You know what I'm saying? So
big facts.
Yeah.
Big facts. So can we get into this comeback for you?
Oh yeah, come back for you, man. This track was about me leaving the hood and coming back for certain people that I feel like it's close to me, you know what I'm saying?
Take that ride with you. You did? Everybody can't go. Just sorry.
Everybody doesn't. Sorry,
but it's alright. The ones that's supposed to go is always on the train. You feel me? So why don't you introduce them to the video right now?
This is Darrion the Don, and this is Come Back for You. Go check that out on all streaming platforms. Back.
Coming to you live right now. Here on Top of the Shot. Keep it locked.
Chillin' with all the cons, but never been in the pros. They recognize all your highs, but never deal with the lows. Bitches call me the Don, so never was I supposed to come back for you. Yeah, you surprised I came back for you. Yeah, I came back for you. You thought I wouldn't come back for you. Well, now I'm back for you. Well, now I'm back for you, nigga. I was gone for a second, now I'm back. Different flights to cities trying to put us on the map. Played us in the club, strippers show me love. When I'm in the club, all the bitches throw it back, motherfucker. I was there for you, still here for you. In my heart, girl, of course I still care for you. We can talk, baby, we can chill. I'll show you how I feel, let's do this thing for real. I was there for you. You thought I wouldn't come back, baby girl, I was there for you. Yeah, you thought I wouldn't come back, no. Before I enter the game, it's closed curtains. For every single rapper you faggots
some change, you lame. It's full certain the game needed urgent. Washed up detergent. Come meet up in person, cause I don't want subliminals. You gon' feel these verses. Fuck you, give me those. Grammy after Grammy after Grammy. This forget me when we grew up on the west side. That shit still the best side. Right there off of Laramie. Cross Street, Massasoit. My dogs will eat you up. All I say is attaboy. This for Zalani, this for Tiana, this for my mama. This for Talika, this for Tanisha, this one for Nana. This for what's her name, I mean what's her face. This for Chicago, this for because I remember that. This circumference is coming back, full circle. I said I was coming back, I was there for you, still here for you. In my heart, girl, of course I still care for you. We can talk, baby, we can chill. I'll show you how I feel, let's do this thing for real. I was there for you. Yeah, you thought I wouldn't come back, baby girl, I was there for you. Yeah, you thought I wouldn't come back, no, no. When I'm back in the club, bitches throw that ass back. When I'm back in the club, bitches throw that ass back. When I'm back in the club, bitches throw that ass back. When I'm back in the club, bitches throw that ass back. When I'm back in the club, bitches throw that ass back. When I'm back in the club, bitches throw that ass back. When I'm back in the club, bitches throw that ass back.
Welcome back in here on Top of the Shot.
I was there for you.
Y'all just got through watching that, man. Obviously, y'all see the Dons in the motherfucking building, man. Chicago Culture Exclusive is going down. Fuck you mean? So dig this, man. We're going to wrap up everything. In closing, y'all know how we do all the time, man. Chicago, born and raised. Even though we know you left and came back, you're back.
Right.
Now, you dig, but you cultured here.
Yeah.
What's your favorite thing to eat here in Chicago?
My favorite thing to eat in Chicago. From the west side, I'm from the west side.
You gotta keep throwing that.
I love MacArthur's, man. Y'all don't want to go
I'll put them on Italian Fiesta.
Oh yeah, I like Italian Fiesta too. Italian Fiesta be buzzing. Yeah, I love Italian Fiesta.
I just had that the other night too. I can't lie.
Yeah, I love Italian Fiesta. But if y'all come to the city, man, and I put like 30 people on MacArthur's on the west side, bro.
All right, what's the location, man? Put us on.
I forgot the location.
Okay, well, yeah, MacArthur's though. MacArthur's, what's that? You know what I'm saying? You out west, you gotta get up there, MacArthur's. You feel me? I gotta go check them out because I ain't never had it.
Oh, you ain't never had MacArthur's? Oh, yeah.
It's good. It's really
good. It is so good, man. It's soul food, though. It's soul food.
That's soul food. That's probably why.
What?
Trying to switch the swag up, man. New wave.
I understand that. You gotta say safe. But me, I'm eating soul food.
Facts, though.
Soul food. I need that in my life.
Be like that, man. It's all
You gotta live good, man. You gotta make sure that your life live long. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's all. You feel me? We under the new wave, you know, plants, vegetables, and all the good stuff.
You vegetarian?
No. I'm a vegetarian. You know what I'm saying?
Eating meat when you can.
Yeah. I'm one of those. You feel me? If they ask, I don't eat no meat, but then when ain't nobody looking, you feel me? I might eat some bacon or something. You know.
Whoa.
I can't help myself. I know that's a super big step. Like I don't eat no other pork, but I'm like that bacon got a hold of me.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I can't leave it alone. It's just if I do, I'm gonna just fucking.
You gonna want it?
Yep, that's it. Everything else, I can deal with.
Right.
I can be like, I can see it cooked, smelling good, and be like, no.
I'm gonna be honest though. Like I be telling people all the time, like man, I don't eat pork, but sometimes I do. Like
man, if you hungry, you gonna eat anything, man. That's what I'm trying to tell.
If it's that triple meat from Pizza Hut or something like that. Oh yeah, I might.
It's over with.
Yeah, I'm definitely. I'm gonna eat pork today.
It's busting. You got any shout outs you wanna give?
Hey man, I wanna give a big shout out to Chicago Culture, man, King Day. Thank you so much for allowing us to have our interview here. I want to give a big shout out to the Talk of the Shot, man. Thank you for having me. Shout out to this is my friend. He's not my producer, though. He's my friend. I want to give a shout out to my friend Jay Benjamin Bucks. He one of the best producers in Chicago, and he got some dope ass music. And I want to give a big shout out to two queens, my manager Mo, and my lady Donna Mack. She always supported me.
Hey, say that. There it is, right there. You feel me? All right, so let the people know where they can follow you at.
Y'all can follow me everywhere at Darrion. That's Darrion, Dadon. That's Darrion, Dadon. You can find me everywhere at that. Google me.
Facts. Hey, he got real interview etiquette because even though he spelled it real fast, he spelled it 2 times. He spelled it 2 times, so you ain't even got to rewind. You can just catch it the second time around. You feel me? And y'all know where y'all can find me at, man. On Instagram at Real Quan the Don. On Facebook it's just Quan the Don. And as always, man, make sure y'all keep it locked right here with Talking the Shot, man. We doing it big, man. We got all your favorite artists coming through the building. So I appreciate you for coming on the platform. I appreciate you for coming, man. Anything you do, your future ventures, make sure you let us know. We definitely gonna come out and support. We love to keep contact with everybody that come on the platform.
We gonna get a show together real soon, man. So any artist that's looking to perform and get themselves out, man, y'all better come talk with me or Talk to the Shop. Okay, we finna get something big for Chicago.
Hey, bustin'. Y'all already know, man. So like we said, man, make sure y'all keep it locked. This was an exclusive Talk to the Shot special, man, with the Dons in the motherfucking building, man. Chicago, stand up. Y'all know what's going on, man.
Quan the Don Productions, baby.
What's going on, man? It's your boy Darrion Don, the hardest R&B artist in the city. This is J. Benjamin Bucks, one of the best producers in Chicago right now. If you want to see more content, I need you to go over this way. And if you want to subscribe to this channel, The Talk of the Shop, I need you to subscribe right here, man. You know where we're going, man. How we doing?